There, Nicholson, such a threat as a roller last season with Bowie on the team. No Bowie this year, haven't seen it as much, but with his size, just throw it up there and let him go get it.
Robbie talked about the grinding heart of the pace. We expect to see Fox score their first bucket, kicks it out. Now they have 10 to shoot, but these are two of the lowest three scoring teams in the Big Ten. Minnesota last and Northwestern 16th. Dawson, Garcia, first three of the game. Badgers tomorrow. Wisconsin with the number 5 seed after they were upset over the weekend by Penn State.
I'm surprised to see Martinelli back on the floor. Leads the conference in minutes per game.
Minnesota needs him. They haven't scored in just over 4 minutes. Having scored by a field goal, they have hit a free throw. Grigsby, 5 to shoot. That's the guy they want with the ball, and that's why.
But the awareness a bit late to recognize. Clayton, a guy that hasn't shot it all that well from the perimeter over the last 3. Makes one from 2.
Done a nice job on Garcia so far, but this is a mismatch for him.
I mean, he kept Garcia from getting close to the paint, but with the size mismatch, stretched the 2 turnovers to end the first half. He has been very solid there. Right off the catch, get to your pull-up jumper. Gordon Clayton just has to be one of those guys that's out there playing to his strengths.
Garcia slings in the 3. Cali first game against Northwestern. Oh, Garcia will take that too. And he's got 27 points.
He is awesome, man. Martinelli is just a bucket getter.
Doesn't even look tired.
No, just puts up numbers. Good luck guarding him.
Got a million ways to get to the basket. Garcia, floater, that's pretty as well. 15 points. You also have Clayton with 11.
How about Martinelli? 2 games against Minnesota. He goes for 29 and 28. He likes this matchup.
Garcia guarded by Martinelli, and that'll put him
play in the open floor, make things happen, use his size. Nice job of keeping his balance, keeping his head to the rim and going glass.
One of the seniors honored here today, 5th-year senior, 2nd year in this program for Williams. There's Garcia, and maybe that'll get him on track.
They need him. He's Bailey making a heck of a play.
6'10" freshman pulls. Can't convert it on the other end.
His offense has gone a little bit cold too, and you don't have a safety back, and you give up an easy basket to a team that's not really looking for.
Yeah, Ben Johnson was very animated, not happy with how they tried to break the press there.
You're just hanging Femio to Cali out to dry.
Cali gives it up. Garcia right down Broadway.
Like that action. Boy, you set that ball screen, but then
yeah, the scoring up this year, but it's just a bit of a head scratcher because Steve Pikiell's teams, even at Stony Brook, they were always built on defense.
Good pass.
And a good finish by Dawson Garcia.
On the offensive glass.
Maybe he could have gone back up with that. Instead, it's Asima. This time, Garcia. Harper blocked it, but Garcia with a stick-to-itiveness. 55-54 with 3 to play. Garcia, 18-footer, book it.
I love the action there. It's just that.
What an ending on the final day of the regular season here in Jersey. Patterson will set the table. Garcia grabs it. 10 to go. He drives, hangs, yes! And we're tied at 61.
Big time move there. Dawson Garcia.
Right there for Ace Bailey.
It could have been an and one. Ace Bailey got hit on the arm as he made that play.
Femio to Cali. Sizing up Bailey. Out to Garcia. Drives. Scores it.
We got Zach Martini.
We'll expect a ton of threes from this incredible Wisconsin offense. 48% of all of their field goal attempts are threes, by far the most of any Big Ten team.
Certainly no Max Klesmit tonight again. Hurts this Badger offense. That's a big shot there for Dawson Garcia early. Players, how cool is it to play in a single elimination event with the Final Four crew calling the games for the semis and the finals in an NBA arena? Winner gets a Big Ten championship. I think every player in the league would say that sounds pretty cool to me.
Also the best guys in the game called the early rounds as well.
Thank you. They're doing everything they can to just hang in there.
McGee lets it fly, no. John Tonje on the bench with 3 fouls. Dawson Garcia shoots over. Cameron Hunter knocks it.
Made, but they're only 143rd in free throws attempted. It's because of that percentage being so high.
And Mitchell got a great look. Frank Mitchell, offensive rebound. Patterson, no look. Garcia muscles up and scores. Garcia gets the... Wisconsin right now with an 8-1 run. Dawson Garcia. There's Nolan Winter. The left hand, good move.
That step, the floor doesn't feel good.
Minnesota ball. 3.4 to go. Garcia.
Side of the floor will be beneficial as this half unfolds. Gel from the corner.
Since his return from the ankle injury at Ohio State, he is 0 for 15. Arguably played one of his best games as a Husker against the Buckeyes and hasn't hit a shot since his return. Cali. He'll back it out to Garcia, and Dawson Garcia is on the board. And if you're Fred Hoiberg, no help for Hoiberg as Sejan now has to make something happen. Contested fadeaway jumper won't go, and Cali the rebound. And Gary went down. He is limping behind the play. Garcia challenged by Gel, but the 3 falls in the corner. Garcia driving into Morgan. No rebound. Garcia got it back and put it in for 2.
Scored. Nick Martinelli is taking what the defense gives him, not doing too much.
Now Asima with it. Asima cross court to Mitchell. Mitchell to Garcia, who will line up from deep, and that's why
he needs some movement at the top and the bottom of the conference. It just depends on who can bring it in, and can Minnesota take better care of the basketball, which they've been able to do to get back in this game.
Good start to this game for Martinelli, who leads all scorers with 7 points, and Barry, who's already hit a couple of threes for the Wildcats. Now Garcia trying to get himself going on the opposite.
Student section that is the barn. Got to Martinelli that time. He shot it too early.
Garcia off the mark. Fox scoops it up. One more pass. Here's Rigsby back to Garcia. Good look from 3 and bottoms out.
He's feeling good about his effort.
Frank Mitchell gives it back to Mike Mitchell. Now here goes Mike. Swings it to Garcia, who's open for 3, and he has hit a couple. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to find his shot, left it short. Garcia, the putback is true.
Gonna get his looks because he's on the floor all the time. He does an outstanding job.
Some of those unconventional twos that he takes just find their way into the basket. Garcia finding his way into the basket. Asima towards the rim, kicks it. Mitchell with the 3, he still can't find that stroke. Asima with the hustle, Garcia with the slam. And that is put home by Mullins.
Textbook execution against pressure.
Sure was. Garcia, other end, and gets a quick answer.
Cog in the wheel of Northwestern moving forward. Stellar defensively.
Transfer from Denver, but a Chicago area kid. He grew up and
win against Iowa. Oregon with the court storm. Dropped a few, kind of in and out of the win-loss category, and now just looking for 3 straight after sweeping the Los Angeles teams. Taking care of USC and UCLA.
Well, I like Dillion picking up full court, making Minnesota eat up some valuable time in this possession.
Cali driving, they work it around the perimeter. Mitchell gives it into the corner. Here's Garcia, who pulls from distance with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
To beat the Badgers.
I mean, when I say we were watching, we were just score watching. Yes. on the banner here. We're, of course, watching our own game that's happening in front of us. I don't want to concern too many people. Dawson Garcia spinning baseline. What a move.
And what?
How many touches has he gotten in every single possession here to start the second half?
But it's a great strategy by Penn State because the Gophers haven't been able to contain him once he's been down low. I mean, he missed that jump hook to start the second half, but he's been pretty good outside of that.
Coming off a 19-point performance. His numbers here today. Mitchell with the chase down on the loose ball gives it out to Garcia. That lefty shot.
Rattles it in. That's where Minnesota dominated USC the other day. They had 36 paint points. They got none in 10 minutes.
That's the other thing. And that's why I wondered aloud earlier about Patterson and Mitchell and these guys getting downhill and getting into the paint. UCLA just doesn't allow that versus
Minnesota. And Garcia the steal. And a breakaway dunk for him. And Mick Crow
turn it over so they get more shots than you do because they turn you over more than they turn it over.
You need a decision-making staff.
Yeah. They rarely do you see them really force the issue in transition, even if they have numbers.
Garcia, Bilodeau, and Mara cutting off the space, and so he'll take and hit a three. Bilodeau into double figures with Sebastian Mack.
It's interesting what UCLA does with that full court trap that they do, or picking up full court. Sometimes they go double the ball, sometimes they don't. Keeps the opposition guessing.
Like it's been one of the challenges in this league. You talk to coaches, 5 on the shot clock. Garcia just goes right
here tonight against UCLA.
Go to Cali. Garcia follows. He's got 15. Go to the game for a guy that averages 11.
That was one of those either-ors. He got the 2, but he had Kobe Johnson wide open with the opposite pass on the other wing.
Garcia will try, and he connects. And in this second half,
I like that from Bilodeau, though. He backs the defender down, waits for the guy to stun or help down, kicks it immediately out to Daly for the 3.
Minnesota's gotten it close in one possession twice in this half, but hasn't been able to tie it.
They're doing such a better job of getting it from one side to the other here in the second half as Garcia
missed the front end of a 1-on-1-2. And so here comes Patterson.
And again, we mentioned that Minnesota is the worst free throw shooting team in the league, but we're able to knock them down against USC the other day. Part of the reason why they were able to win that game.
Garcia's got 25. Now Patterson has been held in check by UCLA's defense. And Frank Mitchell gets a fresh 20. Garcia lines it up and connects.
When you come in off the bench is impact the game positively. Mitchell's done that for Minnesota.
Garcia contested. That's all he needed to get going. Yates galloping, and he's blocked. It was Fox chasing it down, and now Garcia comes out with it. Garcia scores, and maybe that gets him. SC has led almost the entire game, but Minnesota came from a 9-point halftime deficit, took the lead, and Garcia.
For the Illini, Dawson Garcia for the Gophers, and we're underway at the Barn, Minnesota basketball. Kai Patterson. Now Femio to Cali. Here's Garcia. He'll pop the 3. Good start for the Gophers.
Finding a big spark. A couple of challenges, a block shot at the rim, because that was a beautifully designed set. Even with good use of the bounce pass, but Mitchell up to the task.
That blistering start. Minnesota's cooled off. Garcia knocked down an early 3. Not much since. Second in the Big Ten in scoring. Garcia, though, says, you know what? I want this matchup. And he did not back down one bit. Garcia with the left hand.
Good play there
on time.
Now 8 of 13 from 3. So they have been far more judicious with their use of the 3-point shot. This is a team for...
Ask for Nick Curran to try and stop him. He leans in, and he's got his first bucket of the night.
From the basket.
He has had 7 straight games in double figures before the 10 against Ohio State as they finally get it to Garcia. Done in double figures here in the first half. Osama with the quick hands. Final minute here in the first half on the drive. Garcia on the finish. Three-point shooter. Garcia used his arm to get some space, tips it to himself, tips it again, and puts it in. He rolls to the basket. Baldwin doesn't throw it. Instead, he takes it all the way. Goodman taps it around. Patterson has it for the Gophers. On the push. Garcia into the paint. And the flush.
Somebody stepping up and take the bull by the horns.
Osama stopped in the lane. Nice defense. Garcia found the ball.
He remained vertical, stayed in the play, and didn't foul and corralled the rebound.
Well, there's no question Penn State has missed the presence inside tonight of Yannick Cohn and Niederhauser. Out with an ankle injury. They're hoping to have him back this weekend. Nick Kern is playing with 4 fouls. Garcia knows it, and the spin, and the floater.
Wilhelm Breidenbach will do it for the Huskies, and we're underway from the barn. Minnesota starts with possession.
Huskies need to get it done defensively today. Expect them to mix up their defenses, show off-ball screens, maybe a little 1-3-1, but this is the matchup right here. How are these two going to go at each other?
Here is that matchup. Garcia goes baseline. More than 30 seconds in. Despite that loss against UCLA, Hashimura 19 points, 9 rebounds. Early start. Let's see if that impacts the offense here. Garcia will fire up top. Oh, he's good.
Bang, bang play.
Davis too strong. Patterson looking to run. Garcia, the euro, the step, and the score. And the foul.
Big dog goes and gets it.
Third offensive rebound for the Gophers all game long. Garcia for 2.
For Dawson Garcia down there, so I would imagine they're going right to him.
17 fouls apiece. Bonus for both teams the rest of the way. Patterson draws 2 defenders for a moment. Odekali attacks. Garcia off the glass. Yes.
Goes back to that horn set that the Gophers fell asleep on in the first half. They do again. Garcia late to contest, and Harris strings it up.
Garcia answers though for the Gophers.
Smooth Euro step by Makai Mason. Slithers in. And by Femi Odekali. Tough finish.
Mason up to 8. Mike Mitchell in the paint. Makai Patterson. Garcia off the fake. He'll drive and score. He could have settled. He could have for the Gophers. One possession game.
It is.
Garcia. Spinning. Right hand. Around and in. Shot clock off. 1-point game. Made for Mason. The lead is 5. Final 5 seconds. Garcia will throw it down.
Long, shoot that thing with some confidence.
Minnesota came to town as the only Big Ten team averaging less than 70 points per game, and looking the part here as they're still in single digits.
Nice curl.
There you go. Dawson Garcia's first bucket. And missed. Garcia connected last time down the court. Has this one blocked and puts it back and one.
I think that he is one of the better freshmen in this league, and that's saying something because you got Ace Bailey, you got Dylan Harper, you got Derek Queen. Chase Richardson certainly is going to be a factor on that all Big Ten freshman team.
Odekali, Garcia, his third bucket. Garcia, good pass to him. He has 4 baskets.
That ball's going away from you. Take on the roll man there. There's nobody home, and Carson Cooper just goes up and tears the rim off.
Michigan State now 13 assists, 5 more than Minnesota tonight. Patterson just hit it too. Parker Fox looking for his first basket. Garcia rattles home with. Now that's a deep 2.
And he's much improved defensively.
Minnesota had the lead down to 16 moments ago, but now trailing by 22. Garcia. Pump fake. Oh, a dunk of his own.
That's the way you got. But you know you want to come back to the left, play off 2 feet, and get your turnaround jumper.
Tom Izzo likes the fact that his freshman doesn't press that much, if at all.
I think at times you'd like him to press more.
Garcia presses with a right hand. Fiddler, rebound. Akins, three.
Out of control for Akins on that dribble drive. You know he's trying to make something happen and kind of find his offense, but I don't love the 1-foot pull-up. Fiddler got him a good look from three.
Fiddler got away with a bump.
Nope, to get some protection from shot blockers.
Lead back to 16. Patterson, Garcia for three. Okay, he's heating up.
Version from three-point range.
Two stars certainly with Shellstad and Biddle. We are underway on Retro Day from Williams Arena, Minnesota, sporting some old uniforms from the 70s. Minnesota wants to slow the pace today against a very fast Oregon team.
And that was critical to their winning effort in Iowa City, and that same formula needs to be applied today in terms of patience on the offensive end.
Late in the shot clock, no surprise, 7 to shoot. Garcia from the baseline. Here's Biddle in the post on Garcia. Hook shot rolls out. That is a fun matchup to watch today. Tons of energy in the barn to start. Garcia. Got it!
They're ultimately on another switch, he'll get there.
Off the rotation, Odekali had the challenge and scooped up by Isaac Osama. Minnesota looks connected defensively. Looking for Garcia, now get it to him off the bounce. Garcia to his left and strong hand.
And a good...
And Minnesota secures.
To your point you made earlier, Jack, not a lot of movement of personnel. There was a lot of standing around.
There's Osama. Really the only freshman in the rotation for Minnesota. Brennan Rigsby in the game for the Golden Gophers, a transfer from Oregon. Drive and kick. Garcia lines it up.
Convert in the open floor.
And the live ball turnovers are the real killers. Setting up the pressure. Oregon within 7 all of a sudden.
And my point with Biddle out of the ballgame, that shot blocker, if you're Minnesota now, you can attack the rim off the dribble drive with a little bit more with a sense of impunity without worrying about the weak side shot blocker in the form of Biddle coming over.
Cook is that presence inside now. Garcia going to work.
That's a difficult. Biddle had the primary responsibility for Fox, but he just kind of lost track of it.
Angel was feeling an air ball. Gophers will now pull it out. Smart play from Mitchell. Garcia shake and bake. That's a deep. Odekali through traffic. Biddle finally got a piece. Fox saves it. Now it's Garcia. Shot fake. Ooh, he might have moved his pivot, but he scored. Garcia up to 16. Steal for Osama.
Smart by Fox. Really smart play by Parker Fox.
Lobbing inside to Garcia. That's a goaltend. And what a team.
And when you showed that shot of the banner of Kevin McHale, nobody, and I mean nobody, had better footwork in the post. He wore number 44 here, 32 with the Boston Celtics, and an inspiration to a lot of guys.
I don't know. The third level of the barn there.
And Evans, who did a good job when he had the primary defensive assignment on Dawson Garcia, is now isolated on him here in the near corner.
Garcia posting. Odekali feeds. Under 10 to shoot. 7 on the game clock. Bounce it Odekali. Back to Garcia. Deep three.
Will Shellstad with that high ball screen and force Minnesota to make a decision as to how they want to defend.
Shellstad has hit clutch shots throughout his career. Through the pressure comes Parker Fox, one of the key players for Minnesota today.
Now if you're Oregon, you're going to play this possession out. I mean, you've got 2.5 minutes. The shot clock is at 10. You haven't broken the three-point arc if you're Minnesota here.
Garcia inside, spinning, tough floater.
Out-of-bounds situation. You see this a lot now with the empty backfield. We approach the end of the football season. 4 wides.
Mitchell hounded. That's Odekali. Now it's Garcia. Biddle asking for a double right now. 1 minute to go. Minnesota up by 2. Garcia ripped through. Banks it home. Shellstack lost it. Here comes Garcia. Exclamation point.
Now for Ben Johnson and his crew, the task was to build on that. And a tough one tonight. Iowa closing the trap at half court. Odicali finds Garcia driving baseline all the way to the rim for 2. Good job out. He'll push to Dix. Crosses over all the way to the rim. No, and Garcia with a rebound.
I think Dix was expecting contact that didn't come.
Here's Garcia. Deep 3. Rattles around and home. 9-point lead.
To corral the rebound.
Halftime report presented by State Farm, coming up with Kyle and Trent and Coach Weber. Garcia secures the rebound. So much for the 2-for-1. Asima, and now Mitchell will back it out.
And if you're beaten on a dribble drive by Iowa, give the foul. They are not in a bonus situation. Don't give up a layup.
Here's Garcia. 2 seconds, 1 second. They take it right to the rim. They didn't foul him. They had the chance to foul. And
the post players who are rotating in about every 5 or 6 minutes for Minnesota have worked extremely hard in terms of getting in front of the post and forcing a ball reversal.
Quick shot by Sanford off the inbound. Missed. Minnesota to work in their end. Garcia with the 3. And Minnesota.
Mitchell getting a little fatigued because he is working extremely hard trying to get in front of Freeman.
We'll see what the next wave up front becomes for Minnesota. They've done it all night. Odicali needs some help. Got it from Mitchell. Here's Garcia with the shot clock at 10 to Patterson. Entry, Garcia. What a feed, what a finish.
Kevin, you don't have to score to have a significant impact on the outcome of a game.
Garcia's 3 won't go. Guess who? Mitchell. Offensive rebound. Garcia filling the lane and using the window.
What, Mitchell
with a basketball. Odicali on his 4th school. He's been at New Mexico State. He's been at Seton Hall. He's been at Pitt. Playing a huge role tonight for Minnesota. Odicali has to get rid of it to Patterson. But again, shot clock under 10. Been a common theme tonight. Here's Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Odicali looking inside. Tough feed and a great catch and finish.
Job year number 1 after 6 brilliant years at FAU. Final 4 appearance in 2023. Garcia aggressively on the attack as his first 2 tonight. Wolf, good fake. And now throws it up into the hands of the Gophers. Garcia up ahead, throws it down. Points off turnovers. Largest lead that the Wolverines have had all night. Michigan tonight seeking its 100th win lifetime against Minnesota. As Garcia knocks down the bucket. Garcia, no fire, and knock it down. Was that a late close from Golden up top? Jones threw it away. Numbers for the Gophers. Garcia for the tie, yes! Odicali to a cutting Garcia. Goes up 2 more. For Garcia. Mitchell got it back underneath. Now Mike Mitchell for the tie. No! Follow! No! Follow again! Yes! Wow! What a...
For Danny Wolf to get open for that 3.
9 to shoot, and now Frank Mitchell. Does he see the clock? It's late. Garcia, 3 to shoot. Against Wolf. Got it off in time, and Garcia playing like an all Big Ten player tonight.
Danny Wolf finds him. Both really good plays down the stretch here in crunch time.
Garcia against Wolf, the fake, the floater. One of his best games of the scoring.
with 7 seconds to go. Minnesota, no timeouts. Patterson bumped. We play on. It's Garcia. Lets it go for the win. Dawson Garcia. Bottom. Ball game.
Their physicality, and they're going to just come at you.
Miguel for 3, and that defense forced 21 turnovers against the Bruins on Friday night. Garcia the trailer, and hits a triple. Rice on the other end, and so instead of a 2-point game, it's a 7-point Maryland lead.
Great in transition, got the ball up, good easy kick ahead, and now you hit a couple threes and get stretched out.
Garcia good for the
tight curl, got him moving on that baseline screen, and he needed to go to the basket. That's where the big guys get out of that screen, get to the basket. He let him. It's like a quarterback. He's throwing it where he should be, not where he is.
It's on us 7 minutes to go in the first half that Minnesota has led for all but 3 minutes. He had a couple of early threes trying to work on Queen. And over his shoulder and put it in. Queen at the finish. Now just like that, the 8-point Minnesota lead is down to 1.
Good steal by Gillespie. Great pass. And man, that big freshman, he can make some plays.
Minnesota on a drought of more than 3 minutes. See it go work on Reese, floats it in. Rice hits them both. He's got 11, just like Derek Queen, and it's a 1-point ball game. Garcia saved that to Fox. And the 11 turnovers in the first half. Minnesota yet to turn it over here in the second half.
Maryland has definitely picked up the pressure.
Garcia with the quick look. Got it and the...
Ben Johnson and his group should not hang their heads. They played hard. They did a lot of different things. They have not quit and definitely played with a sense of urgency.
Garcia took it right to the rim, down to 4.
Conjay 6th in the Big Ten in points per game as Stephen Crowell misses. Guarded by Parker Fox, and here comes Dawson Garcia, one of the top scorers in the Big Ten as well, leading the Gophers. He's got it now, and he lays it in past the outstretched try of the night. Makai Patterson, number 25 for Minnesota, leading the conference in assist to turnover ratio, anchoring the Gophers' offense here to start.
You see that Minnesota is going to be very careful about shooting early in the shot clock. They're trying to take as much time as they can each possession and try to shorten the game a little bit.
Dawson Garcia,
the only thing, when you're shooting threes and they're dropping, it's good because Wisconsin's 35% as a team from long range, but when it's not, how can you generate offense?
2 games ago, Wisconsin had a Big Ten record 21 made threes in a blowout win over Iowa. Garcia, meanwhile, and getting an opportunity to start tonight with Max Klesmit injured. Just saw Klesmit on the bench.
Oh, good help by Tanjay.
Yeah, Dawson Garcia put.
And what did Kamari McGee say? The Gophers are not getting back defensively, and he took advantage of that. Got to get back. If you force a miss on the initial layup attempt to the Gophers, you got to get back and get that rebound.
8 turnovers for Minnesota in the first half. Garcia spins from Janicki and uses the glass. He's got a dozen of the score by score. A lot of these matchups are really close. We're talking 5 points or less, 1 possession games. I mean, it has been a very, very competitive recent history. 4 on the shot clock for Garcia.
Oh, that's a tough move. I mean,
Mike Mitchell into Dawson Garcia.
I think Dawson Garcia loves this matchup against Carter Gilmore. Look how aggressive he is. I see. See, Wisconsin holding serve here at home will get another opportunity. We just showed it against Ohio State.
Winter fouls and settled for the contested three, and he put it on the floor and got it two.
First two for Glover tonight. Ohio State just 4 second chance points here tonight. The Buckeyes regain the lead by 2. No look pass. Here's Garcia. And the draw is over. Regain the lead here as Fox went for the steal. Runs into the official Bill Eck, but we play on. It's Garcia dunking it down. What a possession that was.
Connecting from downtown. A team that doesn't take many threes at all. There's only one other side in all of Division I college basketball that even attempts as few threes as Morgan State. Here's Dawson, Garcia, corner three. And
got to improve offensively. They're off to a good start, but going to have to find a way to score 70, 75 points in Big Ten play to compete.
Mike Mitchell leading the charge. He'll pull it back. Garcia pulls the trigger on a three, and he jars it. Recent talent that not necessarily has come to the University of Minnesota, but that's come out of this state. Guys like Chet Holmgren, Jalen Suggs. I mean, Minnesota has produced some top-tier talent.
Yeah, no question. I mean, it's a bitter pill to swallow for Gopher fans. There's been so much talent over the last decade. There's Garcia.
Half. This is Rob Lawson. And the rebound to Thomas, blocked by Garcia. Mike Mitchell finding Lakai Patterson. And now Garcia, the corner three. Dawson Garcia's not the situation you want to be in.
Garcia can switch on all 5 positions, so he has done a phenomenal job over the last 3 or 4 minutes at the defensive end.
Garcia again for 3.
Against Reynolds. Osimo will fire. Garcia, the offensive putback, yes. Dawson from the three-point line to start. Barbabay launches no. Edmonds the rebound. 5th rebound for Trey Edmonds in this first half.
That's what he's supposed to do. Come in, clean up the glass, play your part.
Garcia threw that arm into the body of Emmanuel. Officials let him.
Can shoot it. Doesn't shoot it great, but he can shoot it. He makes shots when he's open. High IQ, can get in the paint. Spin moves for counters. Tough cover in that lead.
Garcia will step back and launch. That's a 2. Mentioned that. Wonder if teams will foul Minnesota and have them earn it at the line. That's now 16 fouls in FDU. So this will come into play here soon. Garcia's been really good at the line, and he scores.
He's a Chicago guy. Is that a crosstown rival?
You know, they play, but it's been one-sided. I mean, it's been Northwestern's won 6 out of the last 7. And as I said, Chris Holtman has a brand-new team. And DePaul, that city will rally. If DePaul's in the mix, they won just 3 games last year. If DePaul's a relevant team.
Down Rutgers. Rutgers' defense has been coming along. Looks like they couldn't get it dialed in today. If Johnny Broome plays in that Auburn-Purdue game, that's going to be a heck of a matchup between him and Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Patterson. Oh, Fox. I don't think he passed up a shot there. Garcia will attack. Shot clock winding down.
Ever met. Hoosiers have won the last 8, and the opening tip is controlled by Minnesota.
Indiana will start in man and look for any ball screen situations. Their bigs are going to step out and hedge.
Frank Mitchell out top, a transfer from Canisius. This is Garcia working on Ballo. And Garcia goes to the jumper that rolls in.
Indiana worked
for Ballo. Minnesota, the 8-7 lead. Gophers have hit their last 3 from the field. We got Parker Fox in there now. There's Mitchell. Now Garcia spinning on Renew. Now a near turnover, and they do turn it over as Garcia has it. Straight to the hoop, and he lays it in. 5 quick points here from Baco.
Rigsby at 6'3" and Baco at 6'8". That is a mismatch there. Good recognition there by the sophomore.
Garcia, a little jab step in the pull-up. Here's Rice. Over Garcia, that doesn't go. And Mitchell's got it for Minnesota. To Cali now. Here's Garcia. And he gets 2. And they do not. Now the steal by Mitchell. Turnovers on both sides.
One, he's got to go quick.
He does. Right around Renew.
To keep them honest.
Garcia. 2 on.
Maybe that team steps up and becomes one of the top 10 teams in the Big Ten this year, but as it is, there's a huge imbalance, and teams like Minnesota really struggle to retain players.
Add Joshua Ola-Joseph to that list as well.
Great point.
Playing at Cal this year. I mean, he had recruited a really good pass. Nice feed there in Garcia.
Mr. Baco on the baseline.
Rice hanging in the air, had it blocked away nicely by Oda Cali. Now on the run, it's Garcia, and he lays it in.
That's up there, man. Iron Range, northern Minnesota.
So this is a tough young man, 4-star recruit. So he's going to have a bright future.
Garcia hasn't scored yet tonight. Until now, and the Gophers out.
So there's no help. So power slips as opposed to setting the screen. Easy deuce to start the second half.
9 different Spartans scored in the first half. Zapawa now with 6. Oda Cali, foul trouble. Just 6 minutes in the first half. Picked up 2 quick fouls. Garcia with a late clock. He'll drive and scores off the glass.
Great play. If there's a ball screen in the middle of the floor, you know the big is rolling to the hole. You got to be there on the catch.
Kohler among the best in the Big Ten in terms of rebounds. He has 8 alone tonight. And Michigan State up by 13. Garcia, that's a 2. Cone Carr. No, too strong, and Patterson. And off to a quick start, did Lakai Patterson. And relief for Garcia.
Nice look. Rare. That's as calm as you're going to see Tom Izzo in a Big Ten game. That's how well his team has played tonight. Like you said, Corey, he'll find something to, you know, get after this.
Frank Mitchell grabs the tip, a little messy there. Patterson. Looking for Garcia in the post. Patterson cross court to Garcia. He'll take a three. Got it. Garcia drains his hood. Garcia saves it. And now Patterson will try his own. Can't get at another offensive rebound from Garcia, and he finishes that one. So a 2-point Gopher lead. Patterson. Not much offense yet on this possession. Garcia, shot fake, drives, gets it, and the foul. Ooh. Odekali, right wing. Patterson looking for something, shot fake. The lob to Garcia, and he's able to finish with the left hand.
This Wildcats defense has just been really tenacious. Coming into this half down 12, they knew they had to change something up to claw their way back into this game, and that's just what they're doing right now.
A little bit of pressure out of the timeout from Bethune-Cookman. Rigsby uses the screen from Fox. Patterson working inside. Garcia will take the three and drains it. Freeman guarded by Garcia. Step back jumper is way off. Rebound Odekali pushing up to Garcia, who gets the easy finish. Ruzon will take a jumper of his own. That one will be two. Just his second bucket of the afternoon. Odekali. Garcia will take the jumper and drains it.
Not ideal to have one of your leading scorers in foul trouble.
Garcia working in the post, gets the tough finish.
Games and in these events, it is a chance to, first off, test the mettle, if you will, of your squad, challenge yourself. Sure. And you can totally enhance your resume or change the complexion of it in a way.
We know that 91% of his field goals attempts came from behind the three-point line last season, using that big size to dissuade Minnesota from going to the basket. Now they've got him outside. There he is back in the paint. Let's see if he comes over and tries.
So Lakai Patterson, number 25 in the gold. He has initiated the offense for most of this season with Mitchell sideline. And maybe a key for Minnesota is, can they get out and push the ball a little more today? Garcia's got a mismatch, count it, and the foul.
Fox came off the bench and really usurped a lot of his role as he gets a block this time. Revenge game for Frank Mitchell here early. Garcia for Asama in transition, gets downhill. Surrounded by a sea of maroon, kick pass, Garcia. Bounces up, and it goes! Dawson Garcia.
That this evening with 2 rebounds early on.
Just a touch over 15 minutes to go. You see the Chippewas here trying to generate some sort of momentum with the full court defense. Odekali will give it up for Patterson. The Gophers will get into their system here. Set piece with 4 inside. Patterson. Shot clock already at 9. Gophers struggling to generate offense early in the shot clock. Garcia, left hand, kisses it home. Michigan looks like they're dropping back into that 2-3 zone that we talked about earlier. Patterson tries it. Asama, offensive rebound. Garcia steps into a 3. Nylon! Dawson Garcia. Patterson will slow things down as he crosses the timeline. Rigsby for Garcia up high. Drives left side. Nice finish off the glass.
Took the lead with 13 points for the Gophers, and Jonga has surged forward in his contribution tonight.
Central Michigan has played in 2 one-point games this year. They lost 73-72 against Stony Brook and hit a last-second three-pointer against George Mason. That came from Demarion Bonds. So a lot of experience here in these tight games. Garcia drives right side through contact. It's good. Minnesota retains the 1-point lead. Mitchell. Garcia thought about the three. Drives right side, kicks for Asima. Back up for Garcia at the top of the key. It's good!
A post touch for Garcia. Gets something going toward the basket.
Cali goes to the basket, fades away, and too strong. And the tip comes to Garcia, the easy two.
Nice job by Garcia.
Robinson forced it down low. Fox the hands.
And that's why Fox is in there. Because that high ball screen in the first part of this ball game was really a problem for the Golden Gophers, and he took that away.
Trying to stop a 2-minute scoring drought. Rigsby off the dribble, spinning, hanging, and missing. Tip Odekali, no. Rigsby flying in there. He's in trouble, dribbled out of it. Sets up Garcia. Garcia tied up, hung on to it, and scored. Strong hands. Smith shoots over Garcia, no. And Fox sealing off Arnett.
And that's so important because Arnett grabs about 4 offensive boards per ball game.
Now does Cleveland State start fouling? Too late. Down 8 under a minute to go.
If you're going to do it, you should have done it earlier in the shot clock to give yourself maybe a chance at another possession.
One guy probably don't want to foul, and Garcia off the shot clock winding, and a desperate shot. Rigsby unable to get it to go down, but an offensive rebound for Mitchell, and a second chance for the Gophers. Minnesota needs more ball movement. And it's Garcia tossing it. This out earlier. At the rim field goal percentage tilts way up, and there's an example as to UIC and Chicago in a 12-point game. So Yale has been in all of the games they've played, and they have a 10-point lead to start the second half here as Minnesota tries to get rolling. We saw Frank Mitchell in the first few minutes of the first half really provide a lot down low, and then it wasn't much after that from Mitchell. Garcia goes underneath, and they're short. Patterson sends it out. Around it goes. Garcia takes it inside. Lays it up and through. Garcia hasn't gotten loose today, but there's a three. Garcia runs through the defender and tips it back in.
Lakai Patterson inside, hangs, can't finish. Garcia will get that one to go. The second. Gophers reinvigorated after the halftime talk from Coach Johnson. Corner three, no good. Walker on the offensive glass, but Rigsby comes away. He'll find an open Garcia. Trail three, connects! Dawson here into double figures is Rondell Walker.
Just a great attack by Walker, not backing down, and they're going at Mitchell. There's several players are matching his energy.
Garcia, another left wing three. He's true. Would have been a nice treat tomorrow. (38-34), 9:18 to play. Patterson. Parker Fox posting up. Faces, shimmy shake baseline. Odekali lobs, Garcia at the shot. Under the basket over there.
Big
He's
shot
in frame
outs.
right now. Right behind Isaac Asima, who will inbound. Garcia, the man the Gophers want the ball with. Right to the rim, and we have a tie. The decision, if it's a 2-for-1, they won't do it. Turnaround three, why not let it fly? No. Bouncing around, Garcia gets the second chance bucket. Patterson will bring it up. It's going to be ball handler by committee at the point guard position this season. That's what Mike Mitchell told us in the preseason. So we'll see a lot of different variations as Dawson Garcia drill. McBride to his right, crosses over. Rigsby still with him. A little bit of contact, no call. Garcia boards it, and they'll push. Mitchell again. Garcia gets space with the jab step. The three connects.
Well, already 4 subs looking to come in. Darius Robinson Jr. looks like he's about to enter, and he's somebody that we were definitely expecting to see in the starting lineups. We'll see what difference he makes.
Garcia through the contact, count it, and Robinson launches and rebounded by Odikali on the backside, and he'll bring it up. Two-man game with him and Edmonds, but up top is Dawson Garcia, and he fires another one and hit in college sports. And the 7-3, Mathak Majak gets the board over Edmonds, but he'll win the second battle. Osama to his right off the double screen. Garcia gets one of his own, steps back, decides against the three. Posting up against the taller defender, gets right past him to the rim and finishes with his offhand. Isaac McBride still looking to get going, goes right into the defense and can't get it to roll in.
Well, Oral Roberts still doesn't have a super strong presence right under the net, and we'll see what Majak is able to do about that, but so far still not a huge presence.
Garcia once again steps outside the arc and hits Dawson.
Energy into a game, then take a charge.
Golden Eagles still going with some full court pressure. Osama navigating it. Double comes. He'll find his teammate Patterson, who crosses over. Defender touched earth. Garcia finds the open space and finishes. He'll get it right back. Can't hit the three, and then once again it's poked out, and Brennan Rigsby there to recover once again. Long possession for the Gophers, getting multiple bites at the apple. Spinning on the baseline, dumps it off. Garcia finishes through the contact. Bride, two-man game with Jones. Steps through, can't get it off the rim, and Garcia claims his 6th board of the night.
The Gophers slowing things a little bit down on offense, having trouble starting things here in this second half. And you'd expect they sort of rely on Dawson Garcia to get something going.
He'll get it right here in the low post. Goes to his right, through the defense. Counted, and the foul. His second rebound. High flying Dawson Garcia to get that one. Odikali inside. Garcia, the smaller defender on him. Goes right into him. Floats it over him and in.
In a really advantageous way.
Alajiki hits everything but the rim. The Gophers will go the other way. A nice crossover. Left his defender in the dust. Corner three. Dawson Garcia.